what's up, everybody? Andre here. Just wanted to stop by to talk to y'all for a little bit. You know, um, I'm working on this whole vlog series, if you will. So this is kind of like, I don't know, trial and error, I guess. But this video is not even about that. It's not about that. It's not. This video is not to promote anything, even though right, I'm wearing all this stuff, but it's not even about that. It really isn't. I'm just wearing a hat because I really feel like wearing my hat because I had it on earlier, and my hair is not. Well, I had a haircut, but my hair's starting to grow back now because I cut it really low, like to the point of baldness. And so now it's growing back, so it's like looking crazy, and I don't want to be on camera. It's distracting, actually. So, but like I said, it's not about promoting anything. It's not. This video is not about that. This is to talk to y'all. Y'all who are, some of who are my friends in real life. Some of you who are my social media friends. You know, we talk and we we socialize via Instagram, and we build rapport with each other. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about, I was gonna say mental health, but that has become so, how do I say this? It has become more for a lot of people as a hashtag and as a social movement rather than treated like a real issue. And a lot of times we treat it like a real issue after someone has either attempted or has actually taken their lives. Depression is very real. It's been very real. It has always been real. It's very real. And I know we use this hashtag on social media, check on your friends or check on your strong friends and all that good stuff. But we gotta check on people for real. Sometimes you really gotta check in with people. Do it for real. Don't wait till that person is gone and then you're one of the first ones who's up under their post or that post about them, or make a post about them rather, saying the very same thing or to do the same thing that you actually did not do. This thing is real and it kills. Depression hurts and it kills if you don't get a hold on it. I'm saying this because I've been depressed before, heavily, sunk down deep, and I've told this story many times. To losing my mom, it was a rough time for me. It was a hard time, I lost her right before, literally 2 months before my daughters were born. It was a rough time for me, It was really tough. It was tough. And right after losing her, I became a father. And I didn't know how to make the transition from mourning my mom and now becoming a father. So what I did was, and probably some of you have heard me tell the story before, but I tell it because I believe it's a story that can help someone. And I remember I didn't really take the time to mourn her properly, mourn her how I should have mourned her, right? And I had to switch off, for lack of a better term, my emotions concerning her death, because now I had to channel all of that energy and all of those emotions now to becoming a father of two little girls. And so I thought that at that moment it was the right thing to do because of how close in, proximity, or how close those two events happened, right? And my kids were born, and I'm now a father, and it took me a couple of months to try to get into the swing of things, of becoming a father and all that. And the next thing you know, depression creeped right in. And it affected me so badly. And I've reflected on it a few times, and I realized how badly it affected me more than I actually was able to verbalize even at that time. And that was because I didn't mourn my mom properly. I didn't take the time to address fully how I was really feeling about losing her. And because we're talking about 7.5 months of her illness, her sickness, and watching her deteriorate, right? In and out of the hospital for 7.5 months. And I watched her deteriorate. Not only that, but I was there when she died, I was there for that moment. And then after that moment was the dealing with funeral arrangements and dealing with all that came with that, because a lot of those responsibilities and decisions were on me, though I had my sisters, but a lot of those responsibilities for making sure that the funeral arrangements went as planned. The funeral arrangements for here in New York, because we had 2 funerals, right? We had one here in New York, and one of her wishes was to be flown back to Jamaica to be buried, and so we had to honor those wishes, and so we had to fly her out there to have a whole nother funeral out there. And so that took a toll on me mentally, and I didn't even realize it, how much mental strain that was. And I did not start to feel it until the year after that, after my kids were born. And the next thing you know, I was depressed for months. Couldn't work. I couldn't function. I couldn't sleep at night. You can ask my wife, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would cry my eyes out. I would cry, bitter tears, because I didn't understand what was happening to me. Number one, I had all these whys, like, why did this happen? Why did she die? I questioned God a lot. Like, God, why did you let this happen? When you know that I was going to become a father, and these were going to be her first grandchildren, and this was something she was looking forward to. And so all these things, and then I had my little sister at the time, and she was heavy on my heart, because, oh my God, she's young, and she's this young, and she just lost her mom. What are we going to do about all this? And so all of these things are on my brain, on my head, and it just weighed heavily on my heart. And it took me months. And I had to seek therapy. And I love the Lord. I do. And I prayed. I tried talking to God, but can I be real? That wasn't helping me. Because I needed to find someone to talk to, someone professional. I needed a therapist, and I had to go get one. And it's not until I found a therapist and started to really unpack, that's when I realized how much stuff I was holding in from even the year prior. From the time she got ill to the point where she died, to the point where we buried her, I had held so much in. And I knew my heart was broken, but I did not know the magnitude to which it was broken. And had I not gotten help when I got it, I don't think I'd be here today. And I'm being real with you. Because I've been in that dark place before where I've contemplated ending my life. I have been there. So when I talk about mental health, when I talk about depression, I'm not talking about it from a standpoint of I'm trying to get on the wave like everybody else. I'm talking to you about it from experience. So I say all this to say that if you're going through it, and I know sometimes it's hard to verbalize it because you may be this strong person that people look up to, and people probably don't expect you to be that person, right? Because you've been so much to everybody else, all while neglecting yourself and neglecting your own well-being and your own mental well-being. So if you are that person, seek help. Talk to somebody. Talk to someone before it's too late. And if you know of someone who's dealing with this, enough with the hashtags. Let's be about it for real. Talk to your friends. Check in with them. A simple, hey, how you doing? I'm thinking about you. It goes a far way. You'd be surprised. A simple, hey, just wanted to let you know I love you. I love you, and I'm thinking about you, and I just want you to know that you're gonna be okay. And if you need me, I'm here. Some simple things like that. And it doesn't always have to be someone you know personally. Sometimes we're on social media and we see people post certain things, and you can tell by the pattern of how they post that they're really going through some stuff. Sometimes fear can actually hold us back from doing it because we don't really know them like that, and then we're kind of timid and we're fearful that maybe they're gonna say, hey, get out of my business. But sometimes you just gotta risk it and hit somebody. Hey, yo, you good? Not to toot my own horn, but I've done that before on numerous occasions, and just started to encourage people, right? And some of those folks would hit me back up and say, man, you don't know what that did for me, because I was not in the right mental space. So check on your people, man. These are really your friends. Check on them. Talk to them. All right? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Check on your friends. Check on them. Whether it's your strong friends or not, check on them and do that for real. All right? That's all I got for you. That's all I got. I don't have any deep revelation. I don't have anything, grand and anything to no. Check on your people. And love on people, man. It's time we start loving on people for real. Love on people. Not for what they have or for how many followers they got or who they're connected, but love people for who they are. Because that makes a difference. A lot of times we get attached to people and we want to get, or people want to get attached to you because of who you're connected or who they're connected to. But enough of that, man. Love on people for real. Love people for real. All right? Check on your people. And if you're watching this and after you see this and you know somebody right now that you haven't spoken to in a long time, you haven't checked on in a long time, yo, check on them. Hit them up. Because your voice, your text, your call could be that one thing that changes their mind, which then changes the entire trajectory of their lives. Check on your people. All right? That's all I got, y'all. Peace.